My next guest says before we do any work on immigration reform, we got to secure our borders. In other words, that wall needs to get built before anything else. Here to explain, Freedom Caucus member, Arizona Representative Andy Biggs. Good to see you, Congressman Biggs. So what's your reaction to the president sort of trying to have it both ways here?
Well, I think that he ran on the same thing I ran on, and that is building a wall, border security. That's the first thing before you go granting some kind of amnesty program, whatever you're going to do with DACA, and I don't support that. But you have to secure the border. That was the promise made, to build the wall. That's what we got to do, and I think he's committed to that. I still believe he's committed to that. I know I am. And I think there are many in Congress that are as well. Yeah,
but it sounds like he's willing to separate these two. And you've seen some of the tweets, and we can share them with you and the viewers. He tweeted out today about Dreamers, and he basically said, look, you know, these are people that have come here, and many of them are in the military. Many of them are holding jobs, and they're productive members of society. Why do we want to send these, you know, good contributing members of society home? So there seems to be very much a soft spot in his heart for these people, and I'm getting the sense that he wants to basically divorce the wall from the DACA program, and that he may have the Democrats more on board if he were to do that. If he does, what is that signal to you, Representative?
Well, I'm hoping that that isn't the case, because I do believe they should be separated in and of themselves, that you shouldn't condition one on the other. I mean, let's talk DACA for a second. I mean, we know that there are a significant number of those students, supposedly, who have dropped out. Studies have demonstrated that there is fraud in the DACA program. You shouldn't be talking about DACA until you've secured the border. That's my position, and I think that's what my constituents want. That's what we promised the American people, and that's what I think we should do.
But isn't that what he's talking about, Representative? I mean, he's talking about enhanced border security, massive border security, and he's saying, look, we won't do anything with the Dreamers unless we get the major border security. Now, it may not be the wall just yet, but it's a big improvement, perhaps, in what we have already. That's still not enough for you.
Yeah, well, what I need is a wall, and I think my constituents need a wall. We want the infrastructure. We want the enhanced border patrol troops or agents on the border. We want technology that can help as well. Mm-hmm. These are things that we've asked for. We need it. And you know, you talk drug corridor. Arizona's got the busiest drug corridor in the country along the Tucson sector. These are things that we need in Arizona, and I think that would make the country safer as well. And so that's the focus.
So do you feel like you're getting deserted in some way? I mean, tell me, you know, your reaction to his new comments and the meeting with Pelosi and Schumer.
Well, my reaction is I don't feel like we're getting deserted. I think the president is committed. I'm not sure that what came out of the Pelosi's and Schumer's mouths were an accurate reflection necessarily. They claim an agreement. President Trump says no. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I do know this. He has assured us repeatedly previously that he is all in on a border wall. And so if he's all in on the border wall, that's where I am.
He kind of doubled down on that, by the way, today in Florida, indicating that, in fact, he is. It just may be that the wall comes a little later and that the reform comes first. And that's not what you want. I know.
That's not what I want.
But, you know, here's the reality of the situation. Your party hasn't been the most cooperative, shall we say. And so now all of a sudden the president's in a position where he's inviting Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to dinner, but he doesn't have a whole lot of choices because he doesn't have the votes he needs. Yeah. Repeal and replace is a great example, Representative.
Well, I think you're exactly right. I think that he's going there because for two reasons. I think he wants us to get Congress's attention, saying we promised things, let's get it done. And the second thing is, I think he's said this before, we need to eliminate the 60-vote rule, which seems to be a massive hurdle for getting any of these positive things done in the Senate. I mean, so you need to get the 60-vote rule and abrogate that. And so I'm all in on that as well. Because if we do that, then we can get a simple majority on these types of issues. We can do the best bills we can in the House, get them to the Senate, and let them do with a simple majority, as opposed to always saying, hey, you know, we need to mess around with this and try to.
Well, he may be pulling Bill Clinton here. Remember, Bill Clinton edged to the right, and Donald Trump may be edging to the left because he's a deal guy. He wants to get things done. Representative Biggs, good to see you. Thank you so much.